Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to another vlog. Just starting off the day in the morning. It's super cold out. At least it's not snowing, but then again, we are gonna go to the shop, and I'm just gonna go pick up one of my friends. That way he can help me with this other project that we're helping another friend on his car. And of course, we are gonna prep, do something with the Z3 today. So I'll show you guys more of that later on. So stick around.
There's nothing in that, right? You know, I'll look through it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. It's spinning evenly. Basically, today I'm just going to mock up everything around the bay to take some more stuff out around the firewall. I definitely want to get it prepped for cleaning. I want to scrub and degrease every little corner around the passenger firewall and the driver side firewall where the fuse box and the booster is sitting. I definitely want to get it all cleaned up. That way I can see whether if I want to leave it as this with just the factory color in the bay, or if I wanted to maybe change it up. But nothing too wild, nothing like that. Just something simple. Either I don't know, maybe either a dark gray or a light gray, kind of matching with this sort of, or just doing the black engine bay for the K24. But overall, I mean, I'm only doing this just so I can have a nice clean engine bay when we put the engine back on. Right now we took it out obviously just so we can prep it, get it all to get it all together. We still got to put a timing on and put some gaskets and seal it up and stuff, and also just got to get we also just need a new clutch and a flywheel adapter for all that stuff. That will come all together in the future. I'm definitely just want to get this all prep and ready, just to get it all ready for when I come back and just do another cleaning. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it today, depends, but I'll definitely do it sometime this week to get it all done. Get started. Hopefully I don't break anything, but here we go. got the brake booster out with the cylinder and the heat shield that was going all around the firewall. So that's all out. Fuse box is unbolted, still hanging in there because of all the wires that go through the firewall into the dash. So I'm gonna try my best to work around it. I don't want to like unplug everything because then afterwards I'm gonna have to plug everything back in. What I really want to do is just clear as much room out of every corner that I can get my fingers on, you know, so I can, so I can do a deep clean on it. So I can grab some soap or engine degreaser, some scuff pads, and some, water, of course, just to wash around all this dirt here, and especially in the corners underneath the steering shaft, and obviously behind the fuse box. I do like this paint. Part of me wants to, keep it as is, keep the OEM color, but it's really weird. It does. I'm not sure it's because if the paint's just faded over time, but in the back on the firewall, it's like a light blue, sort of, or like a light gray, and up front here is just like damp gray, factory primer, whatnot. I mean, the stickers right here, it says Titan Silver Metallic. It's the same color as that's underneath the hood. So I really don't know too much on the color background on on the Z3s. I did some research, and some people have talked about that this is the color for this engine bay, and they said that it's already discontinued. There's like if you go to BMW, they're not going to have it at all. Best way is just to go to a body shop, or just to get 2 cans of paint and just mix them together. That brings it out closest to this, as best. I might do that, but at the same time, I'm just undecided what I really want to do. Whether if I want to paint the whole thing or just clean it and then just do some touch-up paint on the factory color here, so that's why I want to clean it first, and just go from there and be able to decide a lot easier, because right now I just can't think about anything with all that dirt in the way. So I'm gonna, the first thing I'm gonna do is just get this all cleaned up and get rid of all this dirt stains and grease and whatnot. Voila, pretty much just went ahead and cleaned it, and then I just used some basic cleaning stuff. Engine degreaser, which will do the trick, and also oven cleaner, oven spray, that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And honestly, if you're gonna clean an engine bay like this, just get a paintbrush. You have one laying around. This helps get all the dirt out of all the corners, and I just went ahead and dirtied it up again. But anyway, it helps break up all the dirt that's all the grind that's stuck onto the on the corners in the bay. So it came out a lot cleaner than I expected. Although I still have some little stains here, some scratches as well, but that's okay. I mean, it's not horribly. I didn't want to spend the extra time on disconnecting that whole fuse box and ripping out everything else and taping some corners, but also sanding the whole bay. That way it can be prepped for paint. But I'm gonna do that in the near future, once I do some more changes to the car. For now, I just want to be able to get the K24 back in and all hooked up and be able to start the car. Yeah, this thing's gonna be so cool, you guys. I mean, I'm not even sure whether if we're the first ones doing a K24 swap inside a BMW Z3. I'm sure it's been done, but rarely. Not as often, because you just don't see them a lot. mostly you see, you know, K24s and BMW E36 or E30s, but then again, like, that's also still kind of rare in its time right now. But this is a Z3 and it's gonna have a K24. It's gonna have so much room to play around. Of course I'm gonna go turbo, but for now I'm gonna run NA and, you know, just, you know, enjoy the car, and, you know, I'll do a little more saving up for turbo, and of course all the other parts that go along with it. Yeah, and then it's gonna have some good, you know, major improvements over time, and I can't wait. All right, well, that's pretty much that for today. You guys all saw like before and after with the engine bay, you know, how dirty it was and now how clean it is. I already made up my mind. I don't want to paint it. I want to leave it as is already. Maybe I'll paint the engine bay when once I do another swap on it, or when I do some upgrades around the car, you know, after completing the swap. But until then, I'm just gonna leave it as is, because we already have the engine already in. We already have the K24 installed with the transmission, and everything is kind of like mocked up, and it's looking pretty on how it is. We already like figured out our coolant. We're using the same radiator from this car, so it's a BMW radiator. Kind of going with some coolant lines, going wild with it. But not everything's tight. They will be. We still gotta get some clamps on these ends, and yeah, pretty much be ready to go. Just gotta add some fluid like coolant, oil. And we also gotta keep adding some more stuff to it. Like I gotta add like an electronic power steering pump, and I'm not sure if it has fuel. I think it doesn't. I think it still has gas. So, but yeah, everything's pretty much good. Booster is installed. Now the only thing left that I wanna mention before I close out this video is that I know it's a K24, I know it's a Honda motor. I know some people would just be like, it's not gonna be anything good or whatsoever, but it's a cool swap that, you know, that I chose to do. I wasn't even planning on doing a swap on this, but it got me thinking, like, what do I want to do with this car? You know, besides just driving around with 3-piece wheels and riding on air suspension with, you know, stock power. Originally, this car had a M52 B25 TU engine. It's right under the table, right there. It only makes 189 horsepower. Some people have asked me, like, you should turbo it, supercharge it, but I don't want to dump all my money on it, on the motor, you know, that's like single vanos, and if it's not gonna work out well. I've heard some terrible stories about them, and I definitely don't want to drop my money, you know, on a build, you know, for that kind of motor and stuff. So I don't want to risk it. Maybe it'll work out and sound great, but like in the future, over time, the motor's just gonna, you know, give up on itself. So, my friend Kyle mentioned doing a K24 swap on this car, and I was like, got me thinking, and he got me thinking on it, and I was just, that would be pretty cool, because we do see E36 with K24s, that's been done, or E30s with K24s, which has also been done, but vice versa, like either besides K24s, they've been done with K20s, I'm sure. We almost want to do a K20 swap on this one, but I like K24 more. I want more torque on it, and I feel it's more power too. So I think the motor itself makes like 229 horsepower or something. It definitely it's around the 200s. I can't really remember for sure, but it definitely makes more power than the M52 right there, which is kind of surprisingly kind of shocking, but it's a single Vanos, of course. If it was like a double Vanos, M30 or something. I don't know. I would have definitely kept it. Maybe go for a supercharger or a turbo. I don't know. But here we are. So that's that. Whatever swap we do, I'm gonna love it no matter what. I'm not gonna hate it. The cool thing about this is that we're doing a K24 swap on a chassis that's rear-wheel drive, so it's gonna be cool for doing burnouts. I'm not sure how it's gonna handle for drifting, but I'll do a little of both. But also, you know, like, it's also gonna be a show car, so I'm definitely doing some upgrades. I'm gonna stay on the air suspension, and I just want to make it sound pretty nice when I daily it in the future. And also, you know, the last thing I'll get, you know, once this whole car is dialed and drivable, I'll go look for, you know, some new wheels, whether they're gonna be one piece staggered wheels or 3 pieces again. I don't know. I got a lot of options on the table right now. So, but yeah, so here we go. I'm not gonna open it yet, but definitely will open it, do a review on what it looks like. I'm sure some of you guys know what it looks like too, if you have done a swap on this or have seen pictures on it. Or have seen pictures of it. But we'll get that done in the next video for sure. We'll put this car almost back together, put the wheels on, push it out, and bring it into this side, bring it up on the lift, and throw it up underneath. It's gonna be good. And we have a lot of clearance too. We have a lot of clearance to get our hands around, of course. Like to get to the starter in the back, which is underneath the manifold. If I want to do an oil change, oh man, it's gonna be even easier. It's gonna be easy and quick. The filter's right here, and the drain plug is on a good spot. Underneath the mount, where I'm tapping my finger. It's not in the way of the subframe. It's in a good spot where it can be drained a lot easier. And yeah, honestly, I'm very hyped on this. I literally thought that we were gonna have a problem closing the hood once we got this engine in with the transmission adapted to it, because I wasn't sure whether if this firewall needs to be chopped up just so this would sit underneath, or whether this was gonna hit. I don't know, but no problems whatsoever. This brake line just needs to be tightened up with the bracket over there or something, but I'll get that done. That's pretty much it. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing, commenting. I want to say thank you, for sticking around and, keeping up with the videos. And soon enough, I'll do, and we'll definitely do another build. But for right now, we just got our hands on the Z3. This should have been done already around a time when I was working on a truck. If you guys remember from my videos, that truck was not supposed to be on my to-do list to fix up or not. I was supposed to just buy that truck and just use it for work and stuff, like hauling up trash, scrap, picking up parts. But no, this my truck it's good now. The truck's good now, but it just turned into a shitty situation where, like, okay, I need to work on this first now. I can't even go to the Z3. We have to put that aside, which we did, which is a pain in the ass and annoying too. But anyways, that's all done, and we're moving forward, and we're gonna get this done sooner or later, for show season, for season to start. I don't know when the season starts, honestly. Usually, for me, I think it starts around April. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.